I will be extremely transparent in the opening of this video. If you are not ready for a dose of tough love, then this is not going to be the video for you. You've been warned. You're going to hear inflammatory and uncomfortable but necessary things in order to heal faster from a narcissistic relationship. What highly narcissistic and very toxic people do is very messed up. It's not acceptable and it shouldn't be tolerated. It is up to us, though, if we want to heal and we want to feel better. This video is going to go over ways that will help propel you into your healing journey and maybe even push you along a little faster. I've used these techniques and things in my journey, and that's how I know it works. But a word of caution, once again, you might not be prepared to hear what I'm going to say. And what works for some people doesn't work for others, and that's okay. My video might offend, and that's also okay. Like I say, some things we're just not ready to hear at certain times. So here we go. How you will heal faster. Number 1, start making decisions. In a lot of toxic relationships, we seem to wait for some reason for the narcissist to make the decisions. We wait for them to reach out. Are we going to get back together? What are we? What is this? Are we going to break up? We seem to always leave the ball in their court as we go through making all these decisions. Stop leaving important choices and important decisions to somebody toxic. If this person is causing you pain, distress, turmoil, drama, and other nonsense, why would you give them that power? It's time to be done. And you know it's time to be done. Break up, move out, file the papers, make the plans, and get moving. Stop waiting for this person to decide how they feel today and what they're going to do and how they're going to treat you. You are not going to heal, and you never will, if you don't take control of your own life and decide that this is done. You wouldn't trust this person to do the simplest of tasks. Why are you waiting for them to make serious decisions about your life and what you're going to do? Shitty as it's going to be, make the choices. You know what they are. You know who they are. You're not stupid, survivor. You're scared. And that's okay. But it's time to do what you know you need to do. Number 2, go no contact and stay no contact. This is one of those really important decisions that needs to be made, that you need to make, and the narcissist does not get to do this for you. You're not going to heal if you're choosing not to go no contact. Simple as that. If you are in any way, shape, or form indulging these people, you're not no contact, and clearly you don't want to be. Not going no contact means, to a certain degree, you like what's happening, because if you didn't like it, you wouldn't do it. Now, there are folks who cannot completely go no contact. They have children, they run a business, whatever, with the narc. So obviously, you can't go no contact. It doesn't apply to you. But we are responsible for sorting out how little we have to see these people and how little we have to deal with them. And we're then responsible to make that happen. The more contact you have, the slower your healing is going to be. Let me stress, what they do is abusive and toxic and wrong, but choosing to stay in the mess is something that we have to deal with and something that we need to work on. Number 3, stop taking this personally. This is really hard to hear, like really hard, even for me. Folks that have high levels of narcissism or really any kind of psychopathy, I mean, it's clear there's mental issues with these folks. Trauma, disorder, dysfunction in the brain, however you want to say it. The things these people are doing and saying aren't normal. We know this. Their brain, for whatever reason, is telling them to do these things. This is the way you behave. This is how you act. All of the stuff these people are doing, as awful as it is, has nothing to do with us. Lying is what people do when they know things are unacceptable. Cheating is what happens when people are unhappy. They have low self-esteem. They need attention. All the stuff this person is doing is because they have issues. I'm not saying that this absolves them of their responsibility. It doesn't. They don't take responsibility. They don't take accountability, but we know they should. However, what's done to you has nothing to do with you. It really doesn't. These people are running on mental disorders, drugs, trust issues, alcohol, other substances, trauma, just to name a few things. None of that has to do with you. And therefore, we have to stop taking all of this so personally. Yeah, I got hit and I got lied to and I got stolen from and deceived and blah, blah, blah. You know what? Nothing to do with me. The person was messed up. Presumably they still are, I don't know. And they're going through things. I'm not going to be mad at somebody who's essentially mentally ill. A personality disorder is not a mental disorder, but for sake of the argument, I'm not going to stay mad at somebody with mental disorders. Even when they tell me they're doing something to hurt me, it's still a very obviously wrong thing to say. The person is clearly disturbed. I'm not going to take their disturbances and their illnesses personally, regardless of what they say to me. They're not mentally healthy. So why would I put stock in what they're saying? I'm not here to debate, do they mean to hurt you? Are they trying to hurt you? I really don't care. And it's really inconsequential. You'll never convince me, however, that someone so clearly ill is in their right frame of mind and therefore they mean what they're saying, because you just can't prove that to me. Just because somebody is smart doesn't mean also that they're not ill. I hear that all the time. Well, they're not stupid. They know what they're doing. Smart and wise and all that stuff doesn't equal not mentally ill. I would like to think, I'm sure people will disagree, I'd like to think I'm not an idiot. I have bipolar type 1. Smart does not mean not disordered. Smart doesn't mean that they won't do messed up stuff. Smart doesn't mean no trauma. You can't get upset at this stuff. I mean, you can, but I guess it's better to be pissed off than be pissed on, but it's like being mad at a puppy for chewing something. It's a puppy. It does puppy stuff. It doesn't know. You can't take it personally. It hurts. I understand it does. Look, I was mad for a long time about what was done to me. I spent a lot of time saying, how dare they? They know what they did. Yeah, they do know. And guess what? They don't give a shit. They're messed up. Whether they're aware of that or they're not, again, inconsequential, who cares? Yeah, they don't. How long are you going to hold on to that? How long are you going to take personally what somebody with issues about other shit entirely did to you? You want to heal faster? Stop taking this personally. If you'd like to talk with me one-on-one, you can get some help and support for what you're going through. Send an email to bookachatwithjess@gmail.com. Or you can book on my website, jess-stanley.square.site. Information to work with me is right down in the video description for you. Number 4, cut off the mutuals. I know this is another one that people don't want to hear, but I don't care. I don't budge on this. This needs to happen. Mutual friends need to be said goodbye to. Anyone who talks to you and talks to the narcissist is a knowing or perhaps unknowing flying monkey. A flying monkey is a person who works for the narcissist. Again, a lot of times these folks don't even know what they're doing. Old friends, quote unquote, can call you to catch up and they will get a load of information about you to give right to the narcissist. Also, if you can be friends with me and the narc I was with, you're seriously no friend to me. I'm not saying you have to have these people choose. Don't give people ultimatums. That's not cool. But you can distance yourself and not be super best friends with these people. Mutual places that you go also need to be changed. This lowers the risk of the run-ins. Now, I understand. People don't feel like they should have to give up their territory. I don't disagree with you, survivor. This information that I'm giving out, I don't necessarily agree with it, but hear me out. Do you want to be right and stand your ground and say, no, I'm not going anywhere? If I run into him, so be it. Or do you want to let it go? Do you want to change? Do you want to move on? And do you want to feel better? Because if you're just a right fighter, then by all means, keep going to the same places and having the run-ins and the anxiety about the run-ins and getting upset. But when you want to feel better, you'll change what grocery store you go to and you'll change your life in the process. All the mutuals, change it. I don't care what it is, change it. Number 5, don't do this alone. You don't have to go through this by yourself. There's numbers you can call, support groups you can join, professionals you can talk to. And a lot of that information is a very simple Google search away. This would have been impossible for me if I didn't have someone to talk to about this. I was going to my counselor twice a week for nearly a year and saying the same things over and over obsessively as I went through the process of figuring out what this was and what happened to me and how to heal and just how to get over it and move on. These folks don't necessarily have the answers. That's not what talking to somebody is all about. But what they do have are tools for you to use, and also a lot of understanding and a listening ear to help get you through. Don't do this alone. Whether it's a counselor or a trusted friend, somebody of clergy in your religion, what have you, go and talk about this. You need to talk about it. You don't have to do this by yourself. And nobody who cares about you would even want you to go through it alone. Number 6, do the work. Narcissists pull you into a trauma bond. There's grieving to be done. But if you really want to get better, if you want to move forward and put this all behind you, you have to put the work in. There's a healthy way to break a trauma bond. There's a healthy way to say goodbye, to heal and grieve, feel the emotions, and so on and so forth. Doing things like journaling, yoga, therapy, and other stuff all need to happen. Burying all of this and ignoring your feelings and running from the pain and refusing to go no contact, refusing to end the relationship, being destructive, turning to substance abuse, getting into a new relationship too quickly, and the like, all spell disaster, and they're not helping your healing. It is hindering it. Healing is work. Work you do on your own without the narcissist. Again, whether that's journaling or going and talking to somebody, whatever it is. So, what things do you know that can actually help heal faster? Share in the comments below if you use something that works. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.